Imagine a world where one man's choices can shift the fate of all 7 kingdoms. Jon Snow, a tragic hero, has always carried the burden of impossible decisions. But what if his story didn't truly end with the conclusion of Game of Thrones? There's so much more left untold. Behind the shadows of Daenerys, Drogon, and the destroyed Iron Throne, a new journey could be on the horizon. Have you ever wondered what became of Jon Snow after that final farewell? And even more intriguing, where did Drogon, the last of the dragons, fly off to? Bran Stark, with his unsettling wisdom, mentioned the dragon heading toward Volantis. And who better than Samwell Tarly, now a Grand Maester and Jon's loyal friend, to reconnect these pieces? The answer to this question could shape the future of the Game of Thrones universe. If you're a fan of House of the Dragon or still fascinated by the mysteries of Westeros, stick around. We'll dive into the possibility of Jon Snow and Drogon reuniting in a story that could reignite the fire of the dragons. Oh, and don't forget, if you love all things Game of Thrones, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to help us grow and bring more amazing content to you. Samwell Tarly, now a Grand Maester, may still have a key role in reconnecting Jon Snow and Drogon, especially after Bran's mention of seeking the dragon, who is believed to be flying towards Volantis. Samwell Tarly, once seen as the timid and bookish friend of Jon Snow, now stands in the prestigious role of Grand Maester, a testament to his growth throughout Game of Thrones. But despite this title, his loyalty to Jon runs deep. The mention of Drogon flying towards Volantis, combined with Bran's cryptic comment, hints at a possible quest. As a Grand Maester, Sam has access to ancient texts and wisdom, positioning him as a key figure in understanding how to reconnect Jon Snow with the last living dragon. Could Sam's next journey involve guiding Jon back to Drogon, leveraging his vast knowledge? Sam's transformation from the cowardly son of Horn Hill into a man of action reminds us that his bravery has often emerged in unexpected ways. Think back to his confrontation with a White Walker, a moment no one expected from him. With this same quiet strength, Sam may find himself at the forefront of this mission, using not just intellect, but his deep bond with Jon to help him reclaim Drogon. After all, Sam's loyalty to Jon is unwavering, and his heart is just as crucial as his mind in the Game of Thrones universe. This quest could be his ultimate chance to show that bravery and wisdom go hand in hand. But why is reconnecting Jon with Drogon so vital? Some might say it's Bran's intention to restore balance, while others believe it speaks to something more personal for Jon. In the world of House of the Dragon and A Song of Ice and Fire, dragons are not merely beasts, they are symbols of power, destiny, and legacy. And if anyone can help Jon understand his deeper connection to Drogon, it's Sam. As we explore this possibility, we can't help but wonder, what does Drogon's flight to Volantis truly signify for Jon's future? Sam might just hold the key to unlocking that mystery. Sam's past bravery and intellect, along with his loyalty to Jon, suggest he could be crucial in convincing Jon to reclaim Drogon, possibly traveling north and east to accomplish this mission. Samwell Tarly's history of bravery and intellect has been a quiet but powerful force throughout Game of Thrones. He may not be a traditional warrior, but his courage has always come through in pivotal moments, whether it was slaying a White Walker or standing up for Jon Snow. Now, as Grand Maester, those same qualities are more important than ever. With Jon banished to the far north and Drogon flying east, Sam's loyalty to his friend may drive him to embark on a new journey, a journey that could span continents as he seeks to reunite Jon with the last Targaryen dragon. This quest might lead him north of the Wall or even to the far reaches of Essos, demonstrating once again that Sam's true strength lies in his heart and his mind. Think of the times Sam's intellect has saved the day, finding the truth about Jon's parentage, discovering dragonglass in the books of the Citadel, and navigating the complex politics of the Night's Watch. These weren't just acts of bookish curiosity, but moments of brilliance that changed the course of history. Now, armed with the knowledge of ancient lore and dragon rider bonds, Sam may need to use all of his cunning to convince Jon to reclaim Drogon. After all, Jon has never been one to seek power, but Sam knows that sometimes destiny has a way of finding you, no matter how far you run from it. But how would Sam persuade Jon, a man who has seemingly renounced all claims to power, to reconnect with the dragon? The answer lies in their deep bond of trust. Jon has always valued Sam's counsel, and if anyone can make Jon see the importance of this mission, it's him. And maybe, just maybe, this journey will force Jon to confront his own past and the legacy he carries. A legacy not just tied to his Targaryen blood, but to the future of Westeros. As Sam prepares to take on this mission, the stakes have never been higher, both for him and for the realm. The theory proposes that Jon may have subconsciously claimed Drogon after Daenerys' death, and the dragon's destruction of the Iron Throne was more symbolic, reflecting Jon's inner conflict rather than pure rage. The moment Drogon incinerated the Iron Throne is one of the most symbolic scenes in Game of Thrones. Many saw it as an act of rage, a reaction to Daenerys' sudden death. But there's a deeper theory at play, one that suggests Jon Snow may have subconsciously claimed Drogon in that moment. Consider the bond between dragons and their riders in House of the Dragon. It's said that dragons are not only attuned to commands, but also to the emotions of those they bond with. Drogon's destruction of the throne may not have been an act of blind fury, but rather a reflection of Jon's own internal struggle, his rejection of power, his guilt, and his reluctance to embrace his Targaryen heritage. Jon Snow has never been comfortable with the idea of ruling. Throughout A Song of Ice and Fire, he has shied away from titles, whether as king in the north or as Aegon Targaryen, the rightful heir to the Iron Throne. After killing Daenerys, Jon's world was turned upside down. But dragons, as we've seen with characters like Rhaenyra and Daemon Targaryen in House of the Dragon, can sense the emotions of their riders. Drogon's destruction of the throne could be viewed as Jon's subconscious rejection of power and everything it represents. Instead of claiming the throne, Jon's connection to Drogon manifested in the dragon destroying the very symbol of that power. If this theory holds true, it opens up intriguing possibilities. Could Jon, without realizing it, have forged a deeper bond with Drogon? Just as Daenerys was Drogon's mother, Jon could now be seen as a paternal figure, even if he's unaware of it. This unspoken connection mirrors the age-old Targaryen tradition, where dragons and riders share an emotional and almost mystical bond. Whether Jon will embrace this role in the future is uncertain, but the seeds of that relationship were undoubtedly sown when Drogon turned his fiery wrath on the Iron Throne, a symbolic destruction of the very thing Jon has never wanted. Parallels are drawn to House of the Dragon, suggesting that dragons, like Drogon, respond to their riders' emotions, hinting at a deeper bond between Jon and Drogon that wasn't overtly addressed in the series. In House of the Dragon, we see dragons that are deeply connected to their riders, almost acting as extensions of their emotions. When we look at Drogon, the same concept applies. There's a subtle hint throughout Game of Thrones that Drogon wasn't just a mindless beast but had a unique bond with Daenerys and, perhaps more importantly, with Jon Snow. The moment Drogon spared Jon after Daenerys' death, it raises questions about this potential connection. Is it possible that Drogon recognized Jon as a fellow Targaryen, even if Jon himself never fully accepted that part of his identity? This theory opens up a fascinating dynamic. In House of the Dragon, dragons like Syrax and Caraxes reflect the personalities and emotions of their riders. For example, Caraxes mirrors Daemon's fierce and unpredictable nature. Could Drogon have felt Jon's internal conflict after Daenerys' death? His guilt, his sorrow, his reluctance to embrace his Targaryen heritage? It would explain why Drogon chose to destroy the Iron Throne, a symbol of all that Daenerys fought for, instead of attacking Jon. Drogon's actions weren't random, they were a reflection of the turmoil in Jon's heart. This deeper bond between Jon and Drogon may have never been explicitly shown in the series, but its subtle presence is hard to ignore. The fact that Drogon flew away with Daenerys' body, leaving Jon unharmed, suggests an understanding between the two that goes beyond mere survival. It's possible that Jon's Targaryen blood played a role in this, even if Jon never wanted the power or the title that came with it. And like the dragons of old, Drogon may have been more than just a creature of fire and blood. He could have been connected to Jon in ways we have yet to fully explore. While the Jon Snow sequel series is currently on hold, there is speculation about future stories, possibly involving Sam searching for Jon or even a Sam-centric series, expanding the Game of Thrones universe. Even though the Jon Snow sequel series is on hold for now, the possibilities for the future of Game of Thrones seem endless. One intriguing theory suggests that we might see Samwell Tarly, now a Grand Maester, take the spotlight in a future storyline. Imagine a series focused on Sam's search for Jon Snow, who has disappeared beyond the Wall. Such a quest would be more than just a physical journey. It would be a search for understanding of who Jon truly is and what his destiny could be now that he has rejected both the throne and the life he once knew. A Sam-centric series could dive deeper into his intellect and bravery, qualities that were often overshadowed by the more intense storylines in Game of Thrones. Sam's growth from a timid scholar to a key figure in Westeros opens the door to an exploration of the power of knowledge in a world where dragons and magic have returned. Could Sam's journey north uncover new mysteries about the ancient magic of Westeros? Could it lead to a new era of understanding between the living and whatever lies beyond the Wall? Speculation about such a storyline has sparked excitement among fans who crave more exploration of Westeros' untold stories. With House of the Dragon expanding the world's lore, a series about Samwell Tarly could offer a refreshing perspective, focusing not on power struggles or wars but on wisdom, loyalty, and discovery. And who knows, perhaps Sam's quest to find Jon Snow could reignite the flame for future stories, bringing Jon back into the fold for an even greater purpose than ruling the Seven Kingdoms. Now that you've heard these fascinating possibilities, what do you think? Could Jon Snow's connection to Drogon run deeper than we imagined? And will Samwell Tarly play a vital role in this reunion? The future of Westeros, and perhaps even the fate of all dragons, could hang in the balance. But let's not stop there. What if this is just the beginning of a larger story? One where Sam embarks on a mission to find Jon, or maybe even a Sam-centric series that unravels more of the Game of Thrones universe. The possibilities are endless, and they're all waiting for us to explore. So, what are your thoughts? What theories are burning in your mind? Leave a comment below and join the discussion. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on the next exciting dive into the world of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon.